I killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? Only the fuck you think they can play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm.
Behind the scenes at the first real confrontation between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, the atmosphere was tight and electric. As tempers flared and nerves began to break, security had to step in to prevent the two elite boxers from clashing before the cameras even started rolling. The exact words exchanged remain a mystery. However, one thing was undeniable: this was not a friendly meet and greet. Pride was standing against legacy in a way the sport has not seen in years. History was facing history, and when they finally locked eyes directly, the tension did not disappear. Instead, it intensified. As the lights turned on in the room, both fighters tried to stay composed, but Floyd's eyes revealed his true mindset. This was not a show, a joke, or the character he had built over the years. He was serious and fully locked in. And although Crawford appeared calm and collected, he was clearly prepared for any challenge Floyd could bring.
And every day, for years, every day in boxing, I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai. I'm traveling the world.
At first, the discussion seemed normal, focused on contracts, negotiations, and the usual back and forth over who should get what. However, the mood shifted immediately when the question of who truly rules this time was brought up.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself?
Crawford leaned in, confident and making his point. Floyd's posture straightened immediately. This was the first time in years that Floyd appeared genuinely angry. Deep down, Crawford understands exactly why this rivalry exists. It is not meant as an insult, everyone else recognizes it too. What set everything off was Canelo Alvarez's bold claim that Floyd had already been beaten by Crawford.
Compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
It only took one statement to send the internet into chaos. After defeating Canelo, Crawford became the new face of boxing, and fans began discussing Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a way that no one had dared to do for years. People started questioning whether there might be someone better than Mayweather.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, it's like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
That is the real spark the line Floyd cannot ignore. At 47 years old, he finds himself looking into the eyes of one of the most dangerous attackers in the world because of it.
Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter, right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters?
The press conference continued after the fight, and the tension still did not ease. This Floyd was not the loud, talkative version fans had seen before. Instead, he was serious, calm, sharp, and fully focused. There were no jokes, no tricks, and no playful moments. Every word he spoke carried weight, as if meant to leave a lasting mark. Floyd wanted this fight because he would not allow anyone to rewrite history or take away the legacy and respect he had already earned.
Fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
Then there is Crawford standing across the room from Floyd, looking at him like he is just another opponent in his path. Crawford is not here to prove himself. He has already defeated Errol Spence, destroyed Canelo, and silenced every doubt about his greatness. Does he need to beat Floyd? Not at all. But does he want it? Absolutely.
Even pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on.
Early in his career, whenever someone asked Crawford if he could beat Mayweather, he would avoid the question. He never answered boldly, and he never looked too deeply into that storyline. But that was a long time ago.
I know. I know. 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No friends in this business for you. I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your...
Okay, that's a no.
As the press continued asking questions, Floyd's frustration became more obvious. It had nothing to do with anything Crawford had directly said. It was about what he represents. A new winner, a new standard, and a fighter now being spoken of as the best in the sport. And for Floyd, that narrative is something he simply cannot accept.
Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at the top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's this generation guy, you know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like, we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play.
Then the conversation shifted to Floyd's planned fight with Mike Tyson. And to be honest, no one is treating it like a serious competitive bout. It is all entertainment, 2 legends stepping into the ring to put on a show and earn a huge payday. Fans will definitely tune in.
Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Now listen, we're talking about Floyd, and listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
You can't forget one thing, though, it's Mike Tyson. And if Tyson lets his emotions take over, it's worth remembering he hasn't exactly hidden his long-standing dislike for Floyd. That's what makes this situation unpredictable. What is supposed to be just an exhibition could quickly turn unstable and even dangerous if it stops feeling like a show.
Like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight.
But here is the truth: this fight is easily the biggest of all the ones Tyson has been part of. Floyd's entire attitude shifts the moment Terence Crawford's name enters the conversation. There is no more showman act or money-driven image. What appears instead is Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated boxer with a 50-0 record. It feels like he has been waiting a long time for a real statement fight. He believes that if he defeats Crawford now, no one will be able to question his legacy again. And Crawford understands the same thing. Beating Floyd, even at this stage of his career, would instantly place him among the greatest boxers of all time. This is not just business. Crawford is fully aware of how dangerous Floyd still is.
Stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. It was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider.
A lot of people believed Crawford would retire after defeating Canelo. In their eyes, he had already accomplished everything there was to prove. He was the undisputed pound-for-pound king, had beaten a larger opponent that many thought he had little chance of defeating, and had already cemented his legacy in the sport. Many felt there was nothing left for him to achieve.
And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favored? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
So I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
But Crawford deliberately chose the toughest challenge possible. He wants to settle the debate once and for all. Hearing fans call him great is not enough. He has never shared the ring with Floyd, and he does not want the comparisons to continue forever. He wants the opportunity to say, without question, that he defeated the fighter who stood at the top of boxing for more than 2 decades.
Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still...
Crawford is also a true competitor, one of the few fighters still chasing the toughest challenges available. He is not interested in easy victories. Even when taking risks creates problems for him, he refuses to back down. That mindset is part of what defines him. Some people question why he should be pursuing Floyd at this stage of Floyd's career. Others ask why not face someone like Jaron Boots Ennis instead. To be fair, those are reasonable questions.
They are cancel out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, length, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people, pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So
for years, fans, fighters, and analysts have argued that Crawford should pursue a fight with Jaron Boots. Ennis. Ennis is one of the few opponents whose style could genuinely test Crawford. He is explosive, technically skilled, capable of switching stances with ease, and dangerous in every aspect of the sport.
A lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win in flying colors, a fashionate way, you know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's gonna sell a little bit because of your name and what you.
It is not just the fans creating the buzz. Jaron Boots Ennis has publicly called out Crawford time and time again, eager to face the man many consider the best fighter of this generation. Yet whenever Crawford is asked about the matchup, he quickly dismisses the idea, insisting that he has no interest in the fight and that it offers him little to gain.
Sense in a fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards.
But
for Terence,
to that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect time.
Still, the discussion surrounding a potential fight with Boots continues to grow. In fact, the more Crawford distances himself from the matchup, the louder and more persistent the debate becomes. As time passes, the arguments in favor of the fight only seem to grow stronger.
Well, I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it could be Crawford next if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. Man, we're just gonna keep doing what I do best. You know, and that's just being me.
A prime fighter facing another all-time great in his prime, that is the matchup hardcore boxing fans dream about. But here is the reality. Crawford has already defeated the undisputed Errol Spence Jr. and conquered Canelo Alvarez. He does not necessarily need to chase a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. A fight with Floyd is not just about the challenge inside the ring. It is about making history. If you beat Boots, people respect it and move on, calling it a great win. But if you beat Floyd Mayweather Jr., people will be talking about it for decades. 30 years from now, fans will still remember it, debate it, and celebrate it as one of boxing's defining moments.
Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference.
This is where things become truly interesting. In terms of size, Crawford is bigger than Floyd, physically stronger, younger, and capable of maintaining a higher pace for longer periods. But landing a big shot is not the most difficult part of facing Floyd. The real challenge is putting everything together consistently. Crawford could come out fast and take control of the early rounds, or Floyd could completely shift the direction of the fight, turning it into a defensive masterclass that tests Crawford's patience, discipline, and precision.
Defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and not get hit.
Nothing really lands.
A lot of people, they give him credit now.
At the press conference, Floyd spoke about legacy, financial success, and the respect he has earned throughout his career. Crawford, on the other hand, focused on challenges, competition, and proving what he is truly capable of inside the ring. The contrast between their mindsets could not have been clearer. That concludes today's video. If you enjoyed what you watched and would like to see more content from us, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like on the video. We would also love to hear your thoughts, so share your opinion in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.